Hello and welcome to the Hotkeys podcast. This is a show where we talk about everything pop culture and random in the world. I'm your host, Mick. I should have done that with more breath, but what's up, guys?
Hello.
Hey, who's here?
Well, Landon is here.
Will is here as well.
Dave is not here, but he is here. Apparently, he's making dinner.
Yeah, he decided to hop on before we're recording and said, I need to finish making dinner. Go ahead and start recording, and I'll be back. And so he just left. And so we're just going to start without him. And I hope he doesn't just come back and be weird.
That's crazy that he's eating that late. I mean, it's like 10 o'clock where he is, right?
Yeah, totally.
He needs to get his act together.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to be in Michigan soon, you know.
There's a lot of cool things in Michigan.
Yeah, a lot of...
Oh, man. So
The drive to Disneyland from Michigan is going to suck, though.
I know. It's like 4 days.
It's over. It's like the entire trip. We fly to Michigan for 1 day and then drive with Dave.
So what's today's date? Do we say that?
Today's the 29th.
The 29th. So we leave for Vegas in 2 days from when this is being recorded. Tomorrow is all of ours last day of work before we hit.
Oh my! Yeah.
Before we hit vacation.
I'm so excited.
So today's kind of like tomorrow's kind of like the Friday of the week, and I think now is the best time of the vacation. Honestly,
No, I think the best part is like.
But I'm talking about like the anticipation. I know the best time is actually going to be being there, but I'm talking about the actual the anticipation, and it's not here yet, and the fact that it's coming up and it's right around the corner. It's like the last day of school compared to a couple weeks into summer. It's like you have a couple weeks into summer.
I did have a crazy thought though earlier tonight. I was like, man, the vacation's basically already over.
What?
Wait,
Like,
what?
man, it's gonna go too
by
fast.
so fast.
It's gonna
be
go
so
way
sad.
too fast.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, let's not think about that.
No.
I did.
Maybe
You know
just
how
don't come back.
depressed I'm gonna be like a couple weeks after the vacation and not this vacation to look forward to? It's gonna be pretty crazy.
I did ask for the following Monday off though,
Mhm.
so I think I played the right card.
That's the right card.
I didn't ask for it off. I'm probably.
You're just gonna take it
I think
off?
I'm just gonna take it. Yeah.
Yeah, I usually don't work on Mondays, so that's kind of
You don't
a blessing.
work on Mondays?
Not usually, no.
How come?
My boss likes to have Mondays without any kind. I'm not there, and the
Without
other
any work.
without any interference. So he has a lot of work. So me and the other part-time employee are kind of under him and work a lot of the stuff he works on as well. And so when we're there, there's kind of this constant interruption or constant, hey, can you take a look at this? Or, hey, do you need me to do anything else about this? Hey, like we're always bothering him for more work or checking on work, or not always, but that's kind of the general every day. But on Mondays, he doesn't. He likes to just get crap done when he can. So, and he's like, "Oh, you don't have to be here on Mondays." And I'm like, "Great, cool." It lowers my amount of hours I work a week, but it's also kind of nice at the same time, especially because it's just an internship. So,
Yeah.
yeah, if I was to be brought on like as a like full-time employee, it'd be more. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I
You'd be
can't say
more
for certain, but
independent or
I'd have to be more independent, and I'd probably actually work that Monday, but who knows?
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. So, yep, not working on Monday. So we're just gonna be, hey, the Tuesday is gonna be even worse.
Nah, it'll be fine. Getting back Saturday night, you'll have all night Saturday, all day Sunday, and all day Monday.
Yeah, to just kind of
So-
recuperate.
I plan on those days, like I'm just gonna like watch football Sunday by myself, just hang out, maybe hang out with the family or something. Then Monday, just do nothing.
Sunday's gonna be a good football day.
Because there's something about like a 4-day work week, an entire week off, and then another 4-day work week.
Yeah.
It sounds super appealing. And then darn near, pretty close to Thanksgiving at that point, and have another, 3-day work week or 4-day work week. No, that's a 3-day work week.
Yeah, because of
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a great holiday.
Unless you work at someplace sucky and you have to work that Friday.
Yeah, that's stupid.
retail.
Yeah, sorry to all of you.
Yeah.
Work retail.
Yeah, I would hate to be in retail.
Yeah, man,
especially,
that would suck.
That Friday. It's just
I had the stupid thought of like, no one ever works Friday after Thanksgiving, right?
It's like one of the busiest shopping. It's like,
I think that's going away a little bit though.
Yeah, I think
it's starting to become
With all Cyber Monday
Thursday
stuff.
6 p.m., Thursday 3 p.m. It's going to be Thanksgiving soon. Just how much they're
it's just
moving
the
it up.
corporate greed and the consumerism of America. It's just really, it's disgusting.
Supply and demand, you know.
Supply and demand.
Other econ.
What about the family?
terms.
What about family time? What about the, you know?
Dude, that's earlier in the night.
Yeah.
Or are you one of those families that eat dinner?
There's always
at like
time
10
to be a
p.m.?
capitalist.
Like Dave.
There's always time to be a capitalist.
Always time.
Always
All
time.
the time.
in America.
The rich get richer.
Especially in America. We're the land of the capitalists. Capitalist, guns, freedom, independent rights, idiocy. Come on.
Yeah, it's the Wild West.
The Wild West.
So, yeah.
I guess we mentioned last week about The Wire, how we were going to watch the first episode, I think. So that idea was floated around, and I have a confession.
Yeah, how'd you like the episode, Will?
I watched a different show instead.
Oh.
Well, what'd you watch?
I watched a show, Mare of Easttown. I think, Landon, have you talked about it before on the podcast? Yeah.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I've seen that show too.
Yeah. Wow. Crazy. That is one of the most depressing shows I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's really sad.
It's really, really sad. Like every character in that show's life kind of falls apart somehow.
Yeah.
Or is like in
has-
shambles.
Yeah.
Some aspect of their life is just it's one of the most quote real end quote like TV shows I've ever seen, because I know that this is that all these situations are actually things that happen to a lot of people.
Say Easttown?
Easttown, EAST. It's got Kate Winslet, Evan Peters,
Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce is in it. Yeah.
Roy from The Office.
see.
Yeah, it has Roy from The Office.
I see a show called Mare of Kingstown.
No,
Mare.
Mare, not mayor. Mayor.
Oh.
Mare. Mayor is the main character's name.
Yeah,
Mayor. Did you Google Mayor?
Yeah, you said mayor.
Mare.
Mayor.
Mayor.
Mare.
Mayor.
I found it.
You found it.
Did pretty
Yeah.
good at the Emmys for limited series.
Yeah, she got like best actress. That's actually what made me go watch it.
Yeah, she got
And-
best actress. Evan Peters got best supporting actor.
Really?
Then is it Julianne Nichols got best supporting actress for a limited
Nicholson.
series. Julianne Nichols.
Is that the mother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, show's really sad.
Yeah, really, really sad.
It's also really good though.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's probably one of the best miniseries I've ever watched.
Yeah.
And it's also one of the only miniseries I've ever watched.
And you got to watch
So,
more.
Yeah. So The Wire was supposed to be next. I only just finished it a couple days ago, and I've been busy for the last couple nights. So
I can forgive that. Like once you start The Wire, you're gonna want to just kind of watch it straight through.
See-
Vacation coming up, you wouldn't have time to.
that's what I was thinking. So Mayor of Easttown is a 7 episode, each are an hour, and it's really self-contained. The Wire is 50 episodes, each about an hour, and there's like 5 seasons. So I didn't want to commit to something that because I have other shows that I also want to watch too, and some of them are much shorter than The Wire.
Yeah.
And as soon as I start The Wire, it's like starting a really long video game.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Once you start it,
Once you start, you're kind of committed to finishing it. It's hard to take a break unless there's like a natural break in the game,
yeah.
which doesn't happen often. Usually games are start, go, and like finish, start, finish. There's no stop and go, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm going to start Red Dead 2 tonight. Finish it by the time we take off.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
you'd have to
insane.
play.
You just play it nonstop.
You'd have to play. We leave in 36 hours, something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe 40-ish.
Yeah, it's a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's a little for like 42-ish, something like that. And so you'd have to. I don't think you'd have time because the main story takes 50 hours.
I'll do it.
I mean,
Challenge
you could
accepted.
speed
Speed
run.
run.
You could
Speed run.
ignore a lot of the optional stuff, but you
Right.
could probably do it.
Yeah.
So
Be a bad cowboy. Get all the bad endings.
yeah, I don't think I ever want to get a bad ending in that game because I don't actually think the bad ending fits the narrative.
Arthur, no, it does not. I think that we all played it pretty much the quote unquote correct way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played it how. I mean, you are an outlaw,
Mm-hmm.
and then things happen, and there is that redemption arc for him.
Yeah.
So I started the game off as an outlaw guy. Things happen, redemption arc.
I've never played the first game, but it seems like the first game shouldn't be called Red Dead Redemption.
It should not. It should be called Red Dead Revenge, and this game should have been called Red Dead Redemption, the second one.
I think this I think I would actually recommend people to play this game first, like I did. So knowing the plot of the first one, kind of.
You should have played the first game,
Really, like first, because
the very first Red Dead Revolve.
Oh, okay. I was really confused.
You need
I was
to
like,
play that for
because
the
the
story.
first one actually takes place after the second one.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Wait, it does?
oh my gosh.
What?
It just spoils some things if you've already played the first one about a lot of what's going to happen. And part of me was, I didn't know everything about the first one, and so I was wondering, like, oh, is this person live or die, or what's going to happen to this and that? And some of that was ruined by my knowledge of the first, but it was somewhat kept intact by not having complete knowledge. So yeah, but great game.
Yeah, I think the more time passed playing that game, even though I've been pretty vocal about not liking the Rockstar mechanics in games like Grand Theft Auto is just crap.
Crazy that you're not the only one, and that the gameplay is outdated, and that maybe, even though it has one of the best stories ever, it's not one of the greatest gameplay experiences.
Yes,
ever, right?
it can be frustrating and annoying. But I will say, I think the story of Red Dead 2 is, I think, easily my favorite video game story.
It's up there.
Yeah,
I think it's at the top.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's between that or The Last of Us 1 for me.
Red Dead 2 is way better than The Last of Us. Like I think it's like leagues above the story of The Last.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wouldn't say
there's something.
I would still put it above it,
like,
but
there's something about the simplicity of the first Last of Us story that really that I like. You know, it's super simple, it's super straightforward, and it's right to the point. And there's something I like about that. And I appreciate the character development of like the super deep characters of Red Dead 2. Like I really appreciate that. But I think part of what's compelling about The Last of Us is it's straightforward, it's quick, it's clean. You know, and I'm not saying that Red Dead isn't those things. It's just that they're more evident in The Last of Us.
Yeah, I mean, I still like Red Dead 2 better.
Yeah.
The story, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm not saying I like The Last of Us more. I'm just saying that.
So what would you put at the top?
I don't know. That's why I say it's like it's hard to pick one between them. They're just both so different. It's almost like apples and oranges to me.
It's like oranges and apples, or what was that?
Oh no. Oh man. Throwback to like an episode a year ago when I
apples
said
to oranges or something.
I said oranges to apples.
Oranges to apples.
I reversed it and I just got torn into it for it.
Yeah. I think Red Dead 2 is a lot better than The Last of Us because I think it is told like the medium. I don't think you could tell like Red Dead 2, like you couldn't make a Red Dead 2 movie. You could like Red Dead Redemption 2 feels like it would be like a 5-season HBO show. And like even that I don't Okay. As opposed, and I still don't feel like the medium. I feel like it needs to be a video game to tell that story. Like The Last of Us, I'm pretty sure the HBO show is going to be just as good, if not better than the.
Speaking of that, did you guys see the first official photo from it?
Their backs were super cool.
I thought it was from the video game.
Yeah.
And maybe that means the quality of the picture looked kind of crappy, but I just thought it was like, oh, that's from the video game. Then I read the text. I was like, oh, yeah, that's pretty cool.
I think that show legitimately has a chance to be better than the game.
Wire.
Like, no, probably not better than The Wire.
I think so too. Now that they know like the full scope of what they're doing with the story, like tying into.
Do you think they're gonna like be like as true as possible, or do you think they're gonna?
I hope they take liberties.
I've heard they're gonna expand on it. Like it's gonna be like more to it.
I hope they take some liberties because this is kind of what with remakes or remasters, or well, not really remasters, but with remakes or reboots, I like to have something different because if I don't want to watch the same thing over again, you know, like if I go into the Last of Us HBO show, why wouldn't I just play the game? Like I think
hands get tired.
I mean, the game's already really, really well done, and so it's like for
me.
I
could see them like expanding a lot of the traveling stuff.
Yeah,
because in the video game, it's kind of like implied travel a lot. Like, oh, now I'm over here.
Yeah,
traveled
like
a couple days,
and it's like, oh, wow, weird.
Yeah. But in terms of like the main story, the plot, the climax.
Well,
they better be like true to that.
It should be true, but I hope they expand upon it. And I don't know, it's a hard line to walk between being true to the original plot and taking liberties and making something new. And it's like we'll have this discussion like again if anybody else ever finishes Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is a game that takes a lot of liberties from the original that people like and don't like. Pretty divided about it. A lot of people are.
Yeah.
So and I don't want to spoil too much because I don't know if anybody cares that is listening, but there are some major things that happen in the remake that don't necessarily happen in the original.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the heck? So I kind of like it when I'm offered something new, especially if I'm not that connected to the original, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because like with Final Fantasy VII, I played the 7 after the remake, and I didn't feel super invested in it. It has to be the same. So I don't know. That's just my take on like remakes or reboots or something like that.
I think it'll be interesting because I think the show has been. I think it's already picked up for a second season.
Really?
I think they actually. Yeah, I think so. I think they've already picked it up for 2, at least. So I don't know if if the first season's gonna cover the first game or if it's gonna.
It's just gonna be fall, that one season.
Best season.
And then it'll be interesting if they like in season 2, if they like follow the second game, or if they. I think that would be one that could benefit the most from the second game. Could be restructured a lot better for a television show. Because you couldn't. I don't think you could really pace a TV show like have half the episodes following. Like that would be weird.
Half the episodes following one character, then half the other. Yeah.
I mean, it would be cut into.
I think that
same time.
That would increase investment too, because you see, like in that game, you see certain characters die in the first half, and in a TV show, it'd be like, well, I already know what happens to this character.
Yeah,
and it's hard to get invested in that. So
yeah, or if they do it where it's like maybe season 2 is like the in between, like season 2 could be like some plot line.
I could really like that.
The first and second game, and then more naturally lead into
the second game.
Yeah.
I think that would really benefit the story of the second Last of Us a lot, and I really hope even more. I think the second game needs expanded upon more than the first. Actually,
there's a lot of good world building that could totally.
Oh, totally.
Yeah,
the world of the Last of, like, I'm still like, I mean, probably everybody listens to this podcast already knows my thoughts on the Last of Us Part 2, like how like critical I've been
like
of
a
it.
video or something.
I had something like that. I made some weird, stupid video where I couldn't even get cast members right. But but I'm really actually excited for The Last of Us Part 3. Like if they ever make one, because of the world that they've built around them and the opportunities they have going forward at the end of The Last of Us Part 2. So I don't know. It's just I'm open. As critical as I was for the second game, I've kind of come to be more open-minded.
Yeah. I hope they make a third game.
I hope they do too. I think a third game would benefit the second one.
Yeah, they could definitely bookend it.
That's what they said about the Star Wars sequels.
I mean, the hard part is that the Star Wars sequels didn't stick to their guns, so they tried to retcon everything in the second.
Yeah. Well, they retconned like everything. Like, yeah, they just kept retconning like back and forth. Like they made the first one, then like Rian Johnson threw all that in the toilet, and then
J.J.
Abrams
was like threw it all back in the toilet. Yeah, or like pulled it
in
out
a different
and
toilet.
Everything else. Yeah, I don't know. This analogy broke down. Dave, you want to save us?
Hey, Dave, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, thanks for letting me join you guys today.
Yeah, we haven't started yet.
What are you guys talking about?
Let's see. We talked about Last of Us show. We talked about
Mare of Easttown.
Mare of
Mayor,
Easttown.
not Mayor.
Not Mayor.
It's Mare.
like the horse.
Yes,
Mare of Easttown.
Did you finish it? Will?
My Patronus.
Yes.
White Mare.
Oh my gosh. I finished it. It was really good. I would highly recommend it. Don't watch it if you're in a really bad place emotionally and mentally. Don't do that because it will destroy you.
Don't do what Will did.
Yeah, don't do what I did.
My question is, and maybe Landon asked you this, why'd you start that before you started the other thing?
Because there's 7 episodes of Mare of Easttown, and they're each an hour long. And I'm going on vacation in like a week and a half where I won't be able to watch any of that TV show, that 50-episode TV show of The Wire. So rather than starting The Wire and committing to a 50-episode series where I'll probably watch over the next couple months, I wanted to watch a different series that I also really wanted.
Yeah,
a different series that I really wanted to see as well. That's much shorter and much more compact. So
that's
I
a fair answer,
just
I guess.
started. Yeah. So it wasn't like I don't want to watch The Wire. It's just that I saw the 2 and I was like, well, I can finish this before I even head to Vegas.
Did you watch the pilot at least, like you had talked about?
No, unfortunately not. I was going to watch it last night, but then I never did.
Yeah.
See, Michael
How does it feel to be the odd one out?
I feel like Colby, I feel like I'm not going to be able to talk about much.
Watched that.
How funny it would be if Colby did watch it, but he just wasn't able to make it tonight.
Colby's a bro. I bet he watched it. I bet, and if he didn't, he would lie and said he did.
Yeah.
Like a true bro.
Lying like a true bro.
I finished the show.
What did you think of the show as a whole?
It's the best TV show I've ever seen, like hands down. Like the fifth season was not. I would say the 5th season is the weakest season by, I would say, a pretty good margin, but the ending was still fairly satisfying. And I think it probably was a little bit worse because like season 4 is probably the best season in the series.
Oh yeah, so it's a sharp drop.
Maybe not a sharp drop. It's just probably just the fact that like knowing that it's going to end and like you just don't like. Also, you want it to be over. Like you don't have to see these
season 5. Season 5, I would not say is bad. It's just in comparison to the other seasons, it is ranked less than them.
Yeah,
but like
it's still probably like a 9.
Season 5 of The Wire is still much better than most seasons of any TV show.
Yeah,
I would say.
It's like season 3 of The Walking Dead, then season 5 of.
Stop! Please stop!
I'm just kidding.
There's one good season of The Walking Dead. Yeah, and that's season 1.
Season 8.
And then it's season 17 of Criminal Minds, and then season 37
no, season 33 is way better.
Of Law and Order SVU.
And then season 15 of Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah. But yeah, the show is incredible. I like
when Dreamy dies. No. Sorry.
You're fine. The show just does such a good job of like all the different facets of like a real life city and just all the way the characters intermingle and just like it's really sad. It's like a really depressing show. Like,
oh man,
but
here we go again.
It's one of those. It's like a show that like it demonstrates how real everything is without. I never felt like the show was being super cynical or like, it felt like it was heartfelt still without like being super. It wasn't too hopeful, too cynical. Just like really just laid everything out how it is, and it wasn't. I mean, the show is like inherently like very political, like with everything going on, but like it's not preachy and it doesn't really. There's not like, oh, like this is clearly like the right thing to do, and if we just did this one thing, everything would be better. Like it feels really
opposite.
real.
Does it comb over like all the unintended consequences of pretty much everything?
Yeah, there's like people try different strategies, and like there's other things like it helps certain ways, but it hurts other people, and it really like demonstrates like it shows people that are just getting chewed up by the system, falling through the cracks.
I don't know if I can take watching that honestly.
There's
right now.
Season 4 like deals a lot with the public education system and the youth, and it follows like these 4 kids like growing up kind of in like the Western District of like Baltimore, I think.
Oh man,
and like it is just it is just like heart wrenching the stuff like you watch these kids go through, and it is like so depressing. Like
yeah, I'm gonna watch How I Met Your Mother instead.
Well, you saw not a lot happens in the first episode, Mick, but you saw it. Did you have any thoughts or questions? I sure had questions after seeing the first episode.
I could see why you guys like it so much because it seems like a show that you guys would really like. Yeah, the first episode it's a little slow, and you can kind of see the groundwork that they're laying for the first season. I don't know if it's
for the whole series. I would say
the whole series. Okay, yeah. I mean, for a pilot, it was like, well, okay.
it is slow.
Could have seen this coming.
After the first episode, I'm like, all right, I'm in. Like, and then each episode after that, I got like more and more
in.
Yeah, I actually am excited to rewatch the show. I'll probably wait like 6 months, but
yeah,
there's a lot of stuff like
you missed,
like watching some video essays and stuff on. I'm like, oh, there's a lot of details I missed.
Yeah,
and like a lot of like.
I wouldn't even call the show slow. I think I'd call it dense.
Yeah,
dense, slowly dense.
No.
There's not much difference though.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.
It's like if you're taking a poop, a slow poop is almost as bad as
okay. You cannot.
What?
Wires equal to
fiction. I would recommend, Mick, though, you continue watching, because
we'll see.
Though it's, I would call it dense. I would say it's captivating.
Yeah.
The first episode, so Bree, I started showing the show to Bree because I really wanted her to watch it. So
your wife.
So I saw episode 1 the night before and episode 2 last night. And kind of like Landon was saying, like the amount of stuff you miss and that doesn't make sense just because there's so much going on. I've really benefited from just rewatching episode 1 and 2 just these past 2 days, because you do a lot of it makes more sense. I think
even
it takes
certain characters, like, because there's certain characters that are in the show like a little bit at first, and like I just forget like, oh, like was this person in earlier, because like they don't have as significant as a role, and then like oh no, they've been there the whole time. Like,
well, there's so many characters introduced in the first episode. I could see it being like a little confusing. Were you confused at all, like what was happening, Mick, or like all these different elements coming together? Or were there things you weren't clear on? Like the first time I watched, or like when I watched it, there's a lot of terminology that they don't like treat the audience, I would say, like a child. So there's not a lot that's explained about certain kind of things.
They don't hand feed you a lot of the, I guess, more like police or like, what's it called?
Terminology.
Lingo?
Like terminology, and especially when it comes to like the chain of command. Like it seemed like a very big thing in this episode.
4 or 5 episodes to figure out who was the boss of who.
Yeah, because it was like,
I was
like,
wait, who
chief,
is this
but then
guy?
This guy is
he's a deputy ops, and there's a lieutenant.
Yeah. So some of that was like, wait, so he's in charge, but no, wait, he's the head guy. So yeah, that was a little confusing, but
I would say it starts to make sense pretty quickly. I'm a little slow to things though, so it probably took me like I said, like 4 or 5 episodes before I really figured out who all the characters were. And then once you establish all of these main characters with each subsequent season, it's not as daunting because there's not as many new characters introduced. And like Landon had explained on some of the previous episodes, is that it follows the same characters essentially throughout the whole series.
Yep.
So,
and
so
you'll
you'll see a lot of the same
like,
characters throughout all the entire show.
Yeah, just as the first episode, it was like, I mean, I'd probably still keep watching it, but I mean, I have seen better pilots, I think.
Yeah, I would stick with it. It's not like a show that's like trying to like, it's not trying to grab your attention. Like it's not trying to like do anything flashy or like,
it's inviting you.
No, it's like, it's really a show. Like it's like you have to pay attention and you have to like, really invest the time into it, because it's not like
you have to put in your own work.
It's not like certain shows where like they set up the pacing of the episode to be like, all right, now you're ready for the payoff. Here's your payoff. Like payoffs will happen seasons down the road and they won't call back to it. It'll just be like, you'll have to remember the things, and it like won't like draw attention. There won't be some flashback to be like, oh, remember that this happened and now this is here. Like it's subtle. It's very subtle with like the payoffs and like what the characters do and like the progression, like the arcs. And I love that show. I love it so good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited for Bree to come home and have dinner because I know she's gonna say, "Can we watch episode 3?" And I'll be like, "Okay, like yeah."
All right. I know I just finished it like 2 weeks ago, but we can watch it.
But yeah.
So yeah, after the vacation, we'll start it up.
I'll click that play button.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What have we talked about more on the podcast the last couple weeks? Has it been the Vegas trip or The Wire? What are people sick of hearing about more?
I know Mick's sick of hearing The Wire.
Well, I just hear it everywhere Landon goes.
Dude,
we were at like a Bible study last night, and Landon's like, "Yeah, The Wire is amazing. That show you all should watch it."
Okay, well, like what was more? Like, there was
cow.
Another person in the Bible study that's like, they're like, "What's your favorite movie?" And they're like, "Oh, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty." And it's like, oh,
well, I mean, that came from
like a moron.
Okay, that's mean.
Is it because it was you, Will?
No.
It was like, I'm sitting right here.
Ben Stiller is great in that movie.
Oscar snub.
That is not a bad movie. I actually do like that movie.
I've heard it's good.
Oh, okay.
But on principle, Landon is gonna hate it.
I'm gonna hate it based on.
Can't like it now.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I couldn't think of like a favorite movie, so I was like, well, I could do like the last movie I watched, but like the last movie I watched was like Promising Young Woman, which I'm like, I don't really feel like I should talk about this
at a Bible study. Yeah,
is that the one like it's the Revenge Killer or something?
Yeah, that movie is great though. It was not what I thought it was going to be, like at all.
Well, if that's how you feel, maybe you shouldn't be watching the movie, Landon.
It's a hard issue.
Okay, Randy.
So
if you can't talk about it, go to your pastor.
Gosh darn it. The movie is
I said 1917 for my favorite movie.
I said
not favorite movie, but
like a movie.
A great movie.
I said The Truman Show.
That was a great movie too.
Yeah.
What would you have said, Dave? For like one of your favorite movies?
Probably Return of the King.
Yeah. Easy choice.
It's a great choice.
Yeah. I didn't say it wasn't great. I just said it was an easy.
I think out of those three, Fellowship is still my favorite.
Really?
Yeah. But
Return of the King has all the payoff.
I mean, yeah, but Fellowship has all the setup.
Yeah, but Return of the King makes.
What about Two Towers? That has all the story.
That is true. All that happens in Return of the King is a bunch of battles, pretty much.
I mean, that's a lot of.
That's a big simplification, but
all of it.
Yeah. But I do like the Two Towers a lot, especially the ending of the Two Towers is probably the best.
The battle for Middle Earth is about to begin. About to begin.
When we used to play the Return of the King video game, Mick and I played co-op on the computer, and it was really glitchy. I don't think it was optimized very well for the PC because I think it was made for consoles. And one of the lines was Gandalf basically just like tripping over his words. So, but yeah, that game was super glitchy. There was a time where like Mick and I were convinced in the Kirithungul level that the game was broken because we could not get past a certain part.
It was so frustrating.
It was so frustrating. And like it got to the point where I called customer support about it.
I remember that.
What?
And they basically were like, "Oh,
I'm not
sorry."
joking. I'm not
there's
joking. We probably tried to do that level
like 50
maybe like
times.
50 times, like 60 times, like over and over and over again. It was like every single place at the same spot, the same quote unquote
The same
glitch
death
would happen.
animation would happen because
Yeah.
it's like this timed escape level, you know, where you have to run, and if you're too slow, then you fall to your death. But it was also always at this certain time that one of our characters would die, and it was only in co-op. And we got to the point where it's like we were way ahead of where we should have been dying, like falling to our death. But it kept happening, and we couldn't
Yeah,
progress in
we
the
got
story.
like so good at the level that we were like so far ahead of the death wall coming behind us. Yeah, we would still just die.
So
I don't remember how it was resolved. Like they said something, and it was like, oh,
we may
okay.
have I may have uninstalled and reinstalled the game or something. But yeah, it got to the point where I had called customer support.
wow, I've never
yeah.
called customer support on a video game ever.
Yeah.
The guy probably was like thinking like, "Get good."
Probably.
I mean, this is
Like,
before.
no, you
wait,
don't
this is
understand.
before.
We've done this 60
This is before
times.
Dark Souls, so he thought. He just thought we were noobs.
And this was back in an era where you pretty much had to call customer support, right? That was your only
This
place.
was like 2005.
I mean, yeah, I
Probably.
wasn't like.
couldn't look it up on the internet or anything.
I don't
right?
know if.
Probably.
Yeah,
it
I
up in
probably
the
didn't have a
instruction
GameFAQs
manual.
account at that point, you
Yeah.
know. But
yeah.
I always used to get the Prima guides or whatever. The,
Prima? Is it
Prima.
Prima. I don't know. But
how would Landon say it? And then we know
key.
and then we know the wrong way to say it.
I would say probably Prima.
Pre-made.
Dang it,
Prima.
that's what I would say.
But I used to have those, and I actually look at them when I couldn't play the game because I was limited to how much time I could actually play the video game.
Yeah,
So
I did the
I would
same
look
thing.
at them and
Would
be
you like
"Oh, this is
flip
so
the
cool."
book to make it look like motion?
No.
What's as close as I can get?
Well, I would actually do that for the Zelda games that have the progression on the side of the pages. I would kind of flip it through really fast, kind of see the progression that you have. I don't know.
Have
I
you
was,
kept?
I was a weird kid.
Have you kept your game guides?
Yeah, they're all in a drawer somewhere.
Because I have all of mine like right next to me. I kept all
Yeah.
of them too.
I think my favorite game guide was probably the Twilight Princess one. That was
I have that one. Yeah.
yeah, it's really cool.
I would get guides like at thrift stores and garage sales of games I didn't even have. I would just
Oh, really?
What?
because they'd be like 25 cents or 10 cents or something. So I have.
So why not?
Well, when you're a little kid and you don't have a lot of games, it, like Will was saying, I mean, it was a way to kind of enjoy the game
Experience.
and experience the game without actually playing it.
It's like watching a Let's Play or something like
You
that.
also don't have a
Kinda.
lot of money when you're a little kid, so like a quarter is like a lot, and you spent it on
I don't think
You
a
spend it
quarter's
on stuff
that
that
much
mattered.
when I'm
Yes.
like 12 or 13.
a quarter. Come on,
How poor were you?
oh, I've always been poor.
Stupid poor boy.
Man.
Yeah.
He's just a poor boy from a poor family.
Yeah, I think though that Return of the King game is probably. I mean, I'm sure the game doesn't hold up now, but like thinking back on those memories, like I had so much fun playing that with
The
Dave. It was, like,
memories
just,
are
Oh,
excellent.
Yes.
I really
That's
want
why
to
you
go
don't
back.
go back and play the game. Like
Re-
you don't
Yeah.
go back.
I don't know if you
Well,
can. I
there
think it
are-
would
I don't think
be hard
I
to
feel
find.
like I feel like a lot of my childhood games stand the test of time, though. It could be just like nostalgia talking,
I
but
think some of them
the
do.
games I played just get Paper Mario,
Trash.
Well-
Mario Sunshine, Super Monkey Ball.
I feel like a lot
Luigi's
of those
Mansion.
though, like for the most part, like the mechanics of those games throughout that like series, it's pretty much stayed kind of the same.
Yeah,
And I mean, they still work. You
There
can still go
is
back and play
something
them.
though about
There's-
like licensed games, like licensed versions of movie games that you kind of like. I think the special part of it too was like playing it in the moment. And I feel like those type of games are less likely to hold up than something that is separate from anything else, like a Zelda game.
Yeah, that makes sense. A lot of licensed games, don't they have lower budgets typically?
I don't know. I mean, the licensed games are like, that problem has really been fixed, which is nice. But it used to be like all licensed games were pretty awful, with small exceptions. Every once in a while, small exceptions.
Like Battlefield Middle-earth.
Battlefield Middle-earth is really good. I was thinking older, like GoldenEye or something.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, reminds me of that Pepsi Man game or whatever somebody.
Yeah.
I think it was Video Game Donkey. I think had a video on it or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, Dave is leaving us again.
Oh, bye, Dave.
He's got an apron on. So
Yeah,
cute.
Nice butt.
kind of adorable. Not the butt, the apron. Maybe both.
What?
Definitely both. So yeah, I think about 36 to 40 hours we will be, the three of us,
On the same
on the same real flight.
What are you guys going to do on the flight?
I'll probably play my PlayStation Vita.
Shut up.
Mobile game.
Michael, what are you going to do on the flight?
Oh gosh, it's like a 2-hour flight.
Yeah, not much time.
Yeah, not much time. I'm gonna bring my iPad, but I don't think I'll watch anything on it. Like I might just like listen to a podcast or something. Like take a
We
snooze.
sit next to each other. We can just chit chat. You know.
I'm not talking to you guys.
I'm gonna make a scene on the plane. I'm gonna take my mask. I'll be like, you can't.
Oh,
You
God,
can't.
no.
I'm just kidding.
You can't restrict my freedom.
America, America. Go ahead, ground the plane. I don't care.
They throw you out the plane.
And you just like drag us down with you. They're like, they're on it. They're in on it too. They believe the same thing. Come on, guys.
Yeah. You can't muzzle me.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to. I mean, 2-hour flight. Can't really do anything.
Yeah.
We'll hang out with the pilot. We're like, yo, can I?
Hey, yeah. Can I
wait.
steer for a little bit?
I said, come on, man. Just give me the wheel. I just want to do a barrel roll so bad.
I'm getting the new flight simulator game. I just want to see.
Yeah, I just want to see if it's real. Like
Yeah.
if it compares. Like,
how close it is.
trust me, I've played 10,000 hours. I'm probably a better pilot than you are.
I took all the flight schools in GTA 5.
My flight's
pretty
still maxed.
That's why I'm not in a profession that's like easily simulated. It's like I'd be so annoying to have some kid like come up to you and be like, "Yeah, I bet I can do this better than you because I played some video game." It's like, oh my gosh, I just
You're
want
like,
to
all right,
smack
kid,
you.
take the stick, kid.
Yeah. Take the. Why don't you just not drive this plane to the ground, kill everybody?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, it's like
Why don't you do it?
Yeah, we're going to Vegas
going to Vegas.
really soon.
Where's Colby at?
He's out working.
He's
Yeah.
working.
Yeah, he's working. So just thought I had to explain his absence somehow.
Did
you
we
know?
explain that already? Or did we just?
I don't think
gloss
so. I think
over
we
it?
gloss over it.
Yeah, Colby's not
It's
here.
like an episode of. It's like an
That
episode
is something
of.
I put in the notes as like the date, and then if there's a normal person that's missing, make sure that it's mentioned. But
Oh.
no one ever looks at that.
Actually, Colby is here. He's just being really quiet.
Well, what?
Okay, everyone do their
what's
best
different?
Colby impersonation. Ready? Go.
Okay, here's mine. Shut up!
Stop. Yeah, stop. Stop. It's not funny. It's not funny.
Banger joke, Landon. You got the whole squad laughing.
Oh god.
We do miss Colby. We wish he could be here.
We do.
At least he's having fun at work. So,
That's
How many times has he called you today?
he called me. I mean, he called me a couple times on this one, and then he's been texting me. But I think another one of my coworkers is made out to help him. So,
Sweet. Must be a tough one.
Or he's stupid.
I mean, one or two. I'm just kidding. That's mean. Hope he doesn't listen to this.
He doesn't listen to the podcast.
No, he does actually. He listens.
He does
to
listen
them.
to the
What?
podcast.
Yeah, he does.
Uh-oh.
Same.
Hey,
It's
Colby.
just like all of us.
What's up?
We all listen to every episode, right?
Yep.
Right.
Right?
Right?
Yeah, like I listen to every single one.
We know Landon and Will don't listen.
I typically listen.
How
to
do you know?
I typically listen to the unedited file.
Yeah.
You know, just so like
I listen to it live.
The real raw Hotkeys podcast.
yeah, before Dave censors all my swearing.
And before Dave edits certain people to say certain things.
Yeah.
I am stupid.
I just recut the episode so that I appear really smart and everyone else appears really dumb.
That must be really difficult to do.
Oh yeah, it
Dave.
takes so
yeah,
much
Dave,
editing.
you're a great editor.
Thanks, Will.
Congratulations.
I wanna double back to Promising Young Woman.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's double back.
Good movie. Has anybody else seen it? I don't think.
I saw the
No.
trailer for it on HBO Max.
It's it stars Carrie Mulligan, who's been in a handful. She's been in quite a few films. I haven't think I've seen a handful. I think she might have been on Westworld. Maybe I'm thinking of a different actress though. But it's got her in it. It's got Adam Brody's in it briefly from Kid Detective. A couple other somewhat famous people. Bo Burnham's in it. And the dude from New Girl.
Nick from New Girl, right?
No, not Nick.
Max Schmidt.
Alison Brie.
Yes, Alison Brie's in it too.
Clancy Brown,
Yeah.
Mr. Krabs himself.
Really?
Yeah, you don't know he voices Mr. Krabs?
No.
Yeah.
Cool.
I always think of his voice from he does the voice of the Baron in Jack, doesn't he? In Jack 2.
Yeah, he does. He's got a great voice.
It's basically about this almost 30-something-year-old lady, and she's like a med school dropout because it's like, it's basically hinted at like her best friend was basically raped in college by a bunch of other med students, and nothing happened. Like the system, like there was no charges ever brought, and like a bunch of people like oh, it's just he said she said, like kind of thing. So she drops out because she's like depressed, and it's kind of like she runs into somebody. Like she goes to bars like every weekend and pretends to be super drunk and waits for like guys to like
Pick her up
try
or
to
something.
pick her up and like, take her back to their place, and like she waits till they've like clearly made, like she pretends to be
Made
past
the
them and try to
move.
do something, and then she just wakes them and goes like, oh, what are you doing? And then it just like freaks them out and like like tries to teach them a lesson. So then she runs into one of the old med students that went to the school with her friend, and she decides that she's going to enact revenge on the people that basically raped her friend and like or helped cover it up or didn't do anything. So it's kind of her trying to do this also, but then also trying to like she's like battling with like trying to do that or just to move on, because like it's like there's nothing really that can be done about it. And it's like a really good I thought going into it that it was some like hyper violent, like she's killing all these guys that are trying to that's the way I thought it was marketed. It's totally different.
Kind of what it was marketed
Yeah,
that
it's
way.
not like that at all. It's a very like it's funny, it's a dark comedy, but it's like way more like grounded, and it actually like there's a couple things that actually really caught me off guard, like surprises that the movie had up its sleeve that I did not see coming. Like,
sounds awesome.
Yeah, I would recommend watching it.
How come you didn't talk about this at the Bible study?
Yeah,
I do remember seeing the trailers for it, and I actually think we saw the trailer together in a movie.
Yeah,
and I remember we both looked at each other and like, that looks kind of
it's like that. Remind me of that Jennifer Lawrence movie, like Sparrow or something like that.
Yeah,
I can't remember what it's called. Where it's just like violent female action thriller that doesn't have a lot of substance.
There's a decent amount of substance. I would say some of it seems maybe a little preachy. Like some of the characters, like some of the badder people,
the dialogue
as much. No, just some of the people are like maybe a little one note, but it's just trying to make a point too.
Are they like pillars of moral, like
here's your, some of them might be like, oh, here's your classic creep guy, or here's your classic like, oh, I'm a nice guy, or like I didn't do anything wrong, like I was just there kind of. But like as a whole, I like the movie, and the kind of the different twists it takes I thought were well worth the watch.
Cool.
I think it's on HBO Max I think it's there for the foreseeable future, because it's been out for a year, so I don't think it's one of those like month long.
Yeah,
so I would say check it out.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool. What's going on, Dave?
What do you mean?
Oh, it looks like you're looking at something.
I'm looking at you guys.
Oh,
what?
Me?
Why are we over here?
Us?
You're always over here.
I thought you were in Michigan. You can't see us.
Yeah, when does your flight get to Vegas?
My Zamboni arrives at like 787.
On a 787?
No, that's the time. 787.
Oh.
AD.
Wait, no. 787. That's not real time.
Yeah, it is.
It's Zamboni time.
In Michigan.
It's Zamboni time.
Yeah, I don't know. We're getting close to the trip, so.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Guess we just got to keep
Let's
talking
talk about it again.
And then the next 8 episodes afterwards will be us like talking about how the trip was.
Man, remember that one time we all were in Vegas together? Crazy.
Are we going to do an episode in Vegas?
I want to.
Are, right?
I want to.
There's going to be 7 of us, I think. Just all crowded around.
I mean, we'll do our live show that we have, scheduled.
We'll do a live.
With thausands of fans, right?
Yeah, thousands of fans. Meet and greet.
Millions of fans.
We've sold out we're doing a show. Our live show's at like, what's the Raiders stadium?
The Allegiant Stadium.
A night with Hotkeys.
Oh, yeah.
Good
Yeah, the
morning,
Raiders are
or
opening
good
for
evening,
us.
Vegas.
Yeah.
So Dave, do you have like every moment planned out on the trip?
No, I don't think people would like
What?
that.
I didn't want to have to think. I didn't want to make any decisions.
That's how
want to
I
think.
plan things, kind of, but I know that's not how the rest of the other people are. So there's a very
Yeah,
loose
I
plan,
do not do
basically,
well
of
with
just
that.
where we're sleeping.
I'm so excited for Dave to try to corral all of our drunk asses around. Like, Dave's like, "Come on, guys, it's time to go." We're like, "Woo, cha cha cha!"
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Dave rented a limo for us.
Dude,
Wait,
did?
really?
That's
Shovel
so
us in
cool.
the back seats.
Oh, I thought you were being serious. I was like,
I am.
yes.
I am being serious.
Oh, really? Did you rent a limo?
Yeah, breeze driving. Will, does that make you nervous?
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, I don't. Yeah, Dave's right. I don't like having like, excuse me, a strict schedule.
It's not a vacation then if it's a super strict schedule. If you have to do something and you're being forced to do it, it's like it's not a vacation.
I am also imagining there's going to be.
I'm being forced to have fun. This sucks.
No, I'm serious. Like
I wanted to be fun organically.
I have some questions, though. Like,
Yeah.
because when you have more people, it is harder to make decisions. I'm sure you guys know this. So how are we going to figure stuff out when, like,
So, let's just go our separate
here's
ways.
what's going to happen. So there's 10 total votes. Each of us counts as one, except Dave counts as 4. So there's 6 of us, and then Dave has 4 votes on the thing.
What?
Yeah,
That way,
Dave,
we have
this.
we have a sense of leadership, of a sense of direction where Dave can take us. But also, we have a say in it as well, where we can overrule Dave if we all pitch in 6-4. Ty's going Dave's way too.
What? So it has to be unanimous against Dave.
You know what,
Sounds
Will?
like a terrible
Will,
idea.
Will, you now get 2 votes.
Yeah, see, this is so messed up. Like,
Whose vote gets taken away?
Landon's.
Ah, okay, cool.
trying to silence the people.
So as long as Dave and I are in agreement, we can do whatever we want. We can drag everybody everywhere.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm okay with that.
I think we just have to make quick decisions. And then I also think we have to be okay with, like, there might be times where people like go, like, we split up and do different things.
Yeah.
Because
The first
up
day
gang.
we go our separate ways.
we
Never see any of us ever again.
like we'll like run into each other at some point, like at
Where'd Mick go?
at a nightclub or something. Like, oh, Mick's been dead for days.
We should bring walkie-talkies.
No, we have.
Then we slowly start
Come on, guys, it'll be fun.
disappearing, or somebody's picking us off one by
one
one.
by one.
One of us.
Because I imagine there's going to be people that would be like, I mean, knowing our friend group, there's going to be some people that are probably not going to be getting up super early due to, the activities
Being
from
lazy.
the previous night. So there might be people that are up at 7 or 8 ready to do stuff, and there might be people that are still asleep by 10 or 11.
Are you self-projecting, Landon?
No, I think I'm a responsible adult. I'll be up.
Well, with the time change, we're gonna have jet lag. And,
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna take a while to get used to that.
I'm gonna be waking up at like 11 a.m. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We just need a universal time. That'll solve a lot of issues.
Okay, Will's vote
Why don't
goes
we just
back
go
to
to-
Landon.
Just go to metric time. Yeah, base 10.
Stop.
Be way easier.
Dude, the metric system sucks.
What?
Yeah,
Are
it
you
sucks.
stupid?
Yeah,
No,
it sucks.
we suck. Americans suck for not going by the metric system.
Metric is way easier.
Americans, I don't even know what it's called. The foot system?
The imperial system.
The imperial,
The imperial system.
system.
All I know is it has a foot in it.
Man.
Like, the imperial system, wherever it's called, just sucks. It's terrible. It's like
You
if
don't like
I want to
fractions?
go, if I want to go to a different country,
Give me my 11/16 socket. Well,
Yeah,
no,
it's stupid.
if I want
That's
to go
stupid.
to a different country and be like, oh yeah, I'm like 6'1", they're gonna be like, what?
That's like 5 stone high.
Everywhere else in the world.
yeah, see, that's dumb. That's stupid.
Well, no, but
I'm saying the
Mick was
metric
making fun of the
system-
British there, not
Yeah.
fun of the metric system.
Yeah, see, stones are not the metric system, Landon. In case you didn't know that,
Dude, I don't know.
the metric is
I hate
the metric is meters,
Why do you hate the metric system?
Yeah.
because like almost
millimeter,
like
centimeter.
almost everything I work on equipment wise is like imperial, but then like occasionally there'll be like a foreign piece of equipment that's metric. But then like also I was like working on like a German compressor today, and like 85% of the bolts and like things are metric, but then there's like a handful of stuff that's actually imperial on the thing. So
See, that's why imperial sucks. We just all need to switch
Yeah,
over to
that's
metric.
our fault for
the
having
rest. It's
imperial.
our fault. Yeah, because we came up with the imperial
They
after
made
the
it,
metric.
though. They made it. Why isn't it all metric then?
We did
Why'd
not
they
come
use
with the
some of our
imperial
stuff?
after the metric, Will.
Yes, that's true. Don't
Imperial
look it
is
up.
way older. Metric came way later as like a fix to things, and a lot of places implemented
See,
the change.
what I meant to say
Because
was we just need to.
back to your foot theory. It actually
We do
came
it
from
right.
somebody's
We do it
foot.
right, America.
That's why
America,
there's
we
such
do it right.
stupid measurements, because they're so old, and people aren't willing to change and
See, that's
adapt
what I
to
said.
new things. Yeah, that's what
I
Will
said.
said.
Yeah. Go to the tape.
Yeah, exactly. Just edit it in, Dave. I'm sure I'll
Just
I'll
go
say
back to
something afterwards.
hectosecond and then
Hectosecond.
we'll figure it out.
A centa hour.
Oh man, we got 3 cent-hours to dinner. What do we want to spend our hecaseconds on?
It makes sense.
Milliminutes? That sounds
I
cool.
mean, how long would it realistically take America to get off of the imperial?
America's
Knowing the
never getting
intelligence
off
of
imperial.
I know,
Americans.
but realistically,
Realistically,
if we,
forever. Like,
yeah, I mean, like if we like started like it's like no new equipment or nothing is going to be made in imperial.
Let's just switch over when we all have to be forced to drive electric cars. Switch everything.
I gotta
One
put
point.
liters in this thing. Oh wait, it's electric. I don't gotta put
liters of
nothing
power.
in here.
Put liters of power.
Liters and liters of electricity.
Have you guys ever used a bushel?
What's a bushel?
I had a
That
bushel.
answers my question.
It's either 4 or 8 gallons.
It's a big thing of
had a
apples.
It's
bushel of
4,
Lucky
I think
Charms
it's
the
8
other day.
gallons because 4 gallons is a peck and 2 pecks is a bushel.
Is
How
on
do you
my
know
chest.
this stuff?
Because we learned it in freaking
You just remember.
homeschool.
You just learned
We
it in
don't
school.
learn this in public education.
I know.
Actually, you probably
did learn it in public education.
Oh, I did,
Because
but
the
it
public
wasn't
education
mentioned ever
failed you.
again. It was
Well, it's not like we
literally
focused
a-
on it a lot. It wasn't. Like,
You were probably
like-
busy
okay,
studying
it's
for the
like
test.
study your
That was
hour
like
of
first
measurements,
grade through
David.
Sixth grade. That's all we did. Bushel. And pecks.
They just studied the test.
That's why I got so
material.
ripped.
That's it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Peck Michael.
Aren't we leaving all the kids behind?
Michael. Never. No, I'm not going to say that. Anyway. Yeah. Metric.
Be impossible. We couldn't switch. It's too late.
No.
Our infrastructure's
It's never too late to change.
Well, they are passing like some massive infrastructure bill. Let's just
We have to change every speed limit sign. We have to like change all our. Actually, the cars have a kilometer. They'll
Yeah.
have that, so that's good. But we have to change all the signs. We'd have to change.
like literally every sign in America would have to go down. That's crazy.
Yeah. The
Let's
sign.
stay,
isn't
let's stay
all
on
due-
Fahrenheit, though.
The jobs, though, we could create jobs from it.
Yeah, we could.
Boost the economy.
Yeah,
Right.
Landon,
Yeah, there we go.
I'll
See?
vote for you for president.
Who's your
I
running
want to
mate?
change.
Is it Browning? Is it Browning Chapman?
Browning Chapman. Yeah, Browning Chapman for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to get like someone more like
Smart.
Level-headed.
more diverse. These two. I guess he's
Colby's a
redheaded.
ginger. What are you talking about?
Browning Obama.
Yeah, Browning. Who would I pick? I'd pick Andrew Yang as my running mate.
Really?
No, it would be
You part of Yang Gang?
Yeah, Yang Gang.
it would be Browning the Wire.
Yeah. I would have
The show is my running mate.
the show. The vice president debates it's like just like a
Just clips
yeah,
from
it's
The
like
Wire.
It's like just like a complete series like Blu-ray. Show The Wire. On
I'm sure there's enough good quotes in there that could be like good rebuttals.
I just play audio clips from that. Like,
yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, we should keep Fahrenheit though. Celsius sucks.
what? I mean, you can't just pick and choose. That's where like bad things that you have to go all.
This is
in.
America. We get to pick and choose any.
Yeah,
Free America. Gots to play.
Yeah,
America.
you got to play. You got to let them play.
It's not bogey.
I can't believe I wouldn't have shot him.
What are you guys talking about? Let me guess.
Wire.
The Wire. Yeah.
It's
Isn't
the
that
cold.
the first
it's
episode?
yeah,
It's the first- it's
it's the
cold open.
opening.
I was
going
gonna
to
say. I remember that snot
My-
shooting thing.
My favorite cold open season 4 though, like buying the nail gun.
Oh,
Like, I love
Snoop
that
buying
so
the nail
much.
gun. Yeah.
Actually, season 5 is they're all good. Never mind.
Yeah.
Jimmy was gonna do like
the printer, like the copier. Like, never lies. I'm sorry. Ah! Woo!
Are you okay?
We're
I'm
losing him.
You need to be like put down or something.
Yes.
Just to sleep.
Yeah, totally.
I'm
That's fine.
tired.
The forever sleep.
Have you guys tried that Batman Audio Adventures?
No.
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 And I haven't even I haven't done that. And I haven't watched Star Wars Visions. I haven't kept up with any of the the pop culture
All the
stuff.
nerd
Yeah,
stuff.
haven't done that. Haven't watched
Yeah.
Star Wars Visions. Haven't kept up with anything.
I started watching. So In the hole that The Wire left, I've been like searching for shows to watch. So right now, what I'm watching is another HBO show. Landon might have heard of this one, 6 Feet Under. It's one of those older original
That's
HBO
like
shows.
Critically acclaimed show.
Mm-hmm. So I've finished season 1 of that, and I started season 2 today, and I've really enjoyed that so far. I think the acting is really good, especially the mom. The mom on the show is kind of like crazy, but and her acting's really good. She portrays that really well.
Is it a dark comedy?
Yes, I would say it's kind of dark comedy, more dark, less comedy. But it has some occasional funny moments. But the show is about this family that runs a funeral house in Los Angeles. And the very first episode, the father, the patriarch of the family, dies. And so the business is essentially left to his 2 sons, and then he has his widow, and then they also have a like teenage age daughter. And so it follows this family trying to run this business. But every episode begins with someone dying, and then it follows like usually, and then there are a client of the funeral home who, then they basically just follow the story of this family and things that go on.
Is there interconnected though, like between the main characters also? Or is it just like episodic? Like, does it have like a through line?
Yes.
Like,
yeah, definitely.
Okay. Is it really? It's got Michael C. Hall in it, right?
Mm-hmm. He's the like second build character. The top build guy, I don't know if I've seen him in anything else.
Is it Peter Krause?
That sounds familiar. I
believe
don't.
It's him. He's on. I believe Fox's hit show 911 now. So he's doing great. If I'm correct, I want to say it's Peter Krause. That's how much time I spend on IMDb that I know the cast list, I think, for this show, or at least
that's him.
Krause.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so good.
Yeah, so they're the 2 brothers that one of them is like type A personality. That's Michael C. Hall's character, and then the other one is like he was basically a hippie that worked at a co-op at Seattle, and he moved back down when his father died to help run the business. So,
would I like this show?
You would like it. I think you would enjoy the show a lot.
Would I like this show?
I think so. I think of Landon more because Landon and I are very similar with our television likes, and
so you don't like me? Is that what you're saying, Dave? You don't think of me?
Have you seen Hannibal? Have you watched Hannibal yet?
Dude, yeah. Why have you not seen that?
It's off Netflix.
Have you seen Mad Men?
Off?
Yeah.
Okay. No, you haven't watched Mad Men.
Have you seen The Wire?
Yep. They took it off Netflix. They took it off HBO Max.
No, they'll never take The Wire will never come off of HBO Max because it's an HBO original program.
Nah.
Yeah, I've been looking. I was gonna wait to start another show till after the trip. But I was gonna gonna watch another David Simon show. I was thinking about watching The Deuce, but maybe I'll watch 6 Feet Under.
You could watch that comedy series that we were interested. What's it called? With Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh,
Steve Buscemi.
yeah. That's not an HBO original program though, so
Isn't that TBS?
Yeah, it's a TBS show,
but it's on HBO Max. It's called Miracle Workers. I think that's it.
It's like an anthology. Like each
It's an
season has,
anthology.
like a different like style.
It looks pretty funny.
Yeah,
It's kind of like how Blackadder is.
What's Blackadder?
It's Rowan Atkinson.
We've talked about Blackadder on here, Will.
Oh well, I have a bad memory, so I apologize.
It's the Rowan Atkinson historical comedy show that they do throughout the ages. Really good. One of the funniest shows ever, I would say.
I need to watch it.
What's it on?
It was on BBC.
BBC.
No. Like what streaming service?
It's on Hulu right now.
Don't have Hulu anymore. Pause my subscription.
Okay, well, watch through all the HBO stuff.
Will,
Dude, you were like the worst, man. Like,
why is it like this?
Are you gonna ruin the flight? Don't ruin the flight, Will.
How would I ruin the flight?
You're gonna start talking about this stuff.
About what stuff?
Anything.
Hulu.
Mick's like, no talking. He's like, it's just like a movie. I'm watching the in-flight movie. No talking.
In-flight movie. First of all, it's Southwest. Second, it's a 2-hour flight. They're not gonna have in-flight movies.
Well, they probably have an app that you can use to watch a bunch of things because that's what it's been like basically for the last 10 years.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna sleep.
if I'm sitting next to a random person, I don't know. I'm gonna try to talk to them. if I'm sitting next to one of you guys, I'm gonna try to talk to you.
See, I'm just gonna
guys.
shut up and play some Super Monkey Ball. That's my plan.
I'm probably gonna get like a like fake business cards and stuff and like pretend to be like some businessman, like try to like engage in conversation. Be like, yeah, I'm on, it's my 50th flight this year. I fly around and I sell
condoms.
It's my own brand.
Make them myself.
They're made out of 100% recycled apple juice cartons.
Okay.
I clean them out. I mean the apple juice.
Wow.
Apologize. Left the family friendly zone there for a second.
We have left
Never to return.
We've been trying to get back to the family friendly zone for
a long time.
But this whole episode's been family friendly besides that one little slip, right?
I mean, I talked about the movie, the rape movie.
Yeah, well, okay. Well,
that wasn't really family friendly.
Are we not a family friendly podcast anymore?
That movie's not family friendly, just in case that wasn't clear. Like
we are a TV 14 show.
So you're allowed one F-bomb.
No, not TV 14.
PG-13.
Will's like, oh man. No, we're not PG-13. We're TV 14.
I always think of like the fact that you can't say the F word on TV 14. The thing that always sticks out to me is back to The Walking Dead had like a season finale like cliffhanger moment, like they're like trapped in this like train car and like there's enemies all around them, and Andrew Lincoln's character like looks at all the people, he's like, they screwed with the wrong people. Like, and then it cuts, but like it clearly like they wanted to use like the F word, but they just like couldn't do it, and it sounded so corny. Like,
wait, was Walking Dead TV 14?
No, it was MA.
It was definitely
I guess
MA.
it was, but you still can't say.
Well, you
F
can.
word, I guess
They can.
You can. Yeah.
AMC can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know the AMC could say the F word.
Yeah.
Cable TV can do it.
Oh,
There's the F word in Mad Men a lot, isn't there?
And Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm stupid then. I'm so stupid.
And in Seinfeld.
And in Paw Patrol. Family friendly.
Can you just imagine like a talking dog, like just swearing up a storm? I couldn't.
I couldn't imagine a talking dog.
I mean, I've seen Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo's not real.
I mean, he looks real in that 2000 live action one.
No, he doesn't.
Wow.
We're back in the family friendly zone, but we're in the stupid zone.
Sometimes
this is why we're TV 14 with suggestive content. Will.
Does that cost extra?
Nah, it's just another button I click before I upload the
explicit
podcast.
Tag.
No, we're not explicit. TV 14 with suggestive dialogue. That's us. That's the Hotkeys podcast.
Are we limited by our podcasting platforms? Like you have to censor the word?
No, we can say whatever we want.
Oh, cool.
For example,
let's rattle them off.
I got 3 I could say real fast if I wanted to.
Yeah, what are the 7 words that George Carlin said people can't say? Let's see. There was piss. There was.
What else?
A lot of them I think you can say now.
I'm like,
there's like 3 of them I think that now are regularly said on TV.
Probably hell was one of them, right?
It might
Was
be.
hell one of them?
They were here. Okay, 7 dirty words. They are piss, and Okay, you can say one.
Wow.
Great segment, Dave.
Yeah. I totally knew each one of those words you were talking
guess
about.
them. I can guess them, and you can.
Yeah, I'm sure you could guess quite a few of them. Anyway,
how many I could get right.
Is that a game? Like, who get the most right?
Landon would just way overshoot and go like way worse.
I don't think so.
I've got 3 I sometimes say in succession, like very violently if I get really mad. When I get really angry at work. Like when I get angry at work sometimes. Sometimes I say it in a comedic way too, when I'm angry at work.
Really?
Sometimes I just say them to Colby when I'm at work. Just to be mean to him.
Wow. Just to make sure Colby feels
Just to make sure he knows what. Like,
just to put him in his place.
Yeah, sometimes you have to. You can't let the young kids, like they think they're like.
When Colby's having a great day,
I just call him up. Call him up.
Hey, Colby, just a reminder. In Dave's words.
Now, when you do that, does that piss him off?
No, it.
Whoa. Censor that with a You should make that your new censor sound, Dave. Like you just going.
That sounds dirtier than some curse words. So we'll just
shut up.
We'll just have awkward blanks. Or as Michael would have said, just don't say bad things so we have nothing to bleep out in the first place.
Nah.
Did I say that?
Yeah, Michael always says that.
It's Michael.
Michael's
You're
our moral
Michael.
compass.
What?
Who?
Oh yeah.
What?
What?
Huh?
I don't-
What?
Where?
No.
Why? How?
Murder.
So what else you guys want to talk about? This has been such a focused podcast.
So the government
You know,
is going to get shut down, right? Like,
Yeah, that's pretty wild, actually.
I don't know anything about it, actually.
That was not The Wire. That was South Park.
Wow, the other show that you guys spawned over.
I have not watched
Shocker.
much. I have
Who
not
would-
watched
who
much
would,
since I started cheating on South Park with The Wire. I'm crawling back to it now. Like,
I feel like that's not a hard cheat. Like as much
Well,
as
they're just
like,
very different. Like,
yeah.
yeah, that's why it's like I'm not dunking on South Park. I'm just saying that one has a lot more value than the other.
Yeah. I knew I was like fully addicted to The Wire when like I typically would like Saturday mornings with breakfast, I would watch South Park, and then I was like Saturday mornings. I'm like, well, I guess I'll just watch an episode of The Wire at like 9 in the morning. I'll eat my breakfast. Like,
yeah, I would say that's full blown addiction right there.
instead of like 120-minute episodes of South Park and then like getting productive things done. Just spending my entire day.
Life crazy.
Yeah, dude, it's wild. So I've quit my job and I'm going to the police academy. I'm gonna become, I want to just do some positive change.
Man, you're gonna be really sad when you realize there's nothing you can do, no matter
Yeah.
how hard you try.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think our plan is to do some type of podcast in Vegas. So.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do something special. We'll do something kind of creative, something cool.
Our podcast will be mobile. We'll walk around,
We'll interview people.
random people.
Hey, have
So,
you heard about our show?
Yeah.
Hey.
We make it big in Vegas. We got to move there.
Yeah. Dude, what if we did weekly shows? We did weekly shows like live. What if Hotkeys was live?
Live at the Bellagio, Hotkeys podcast.
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights.
Yeah. That'd be wild.
That would be wild.
Sold out crowd.
Well, that's never
Ever.
going to
Yeah,
Yeah,
happen.
people are like,
Britney Spears isn't playing anymore in Vegas, right?
Well,
So
she has a lot of legal stuff
Chicken.
going on right now. I think.
didn't she win? I thought like
Not
free
yet.
Britney.
I thought it worked.
I
I thought
think-
it all worked out.
Today, I think a judge just ruled that her father no longer has control of her finances.
That's actually wild that like
That it took that
that's even a
long.
thing. Like that's even like
Yeah.
Isn't she like in her 30s
She's in her
or 40s?
40s, I think.
40. Wow, she doesn't get to have her own money. What?
Yeah, the conservatorship thing is kind of weird how that works and why that was even a thing. But I mean, I guess we know why. It's because the guy wanted money, right?
Yeah. People that take advantage of their kids like that are like
Scummy.
it's
Re-
somehow
really
like grosser
scummy.
than when kids take advantage. Like I mean, it's really gross when kids take advantage of their parents like into their old age, but like it's grosser when a parent does it to their kid. I feel
Yeah,
like.
I would. Yeah, I agree.
The odd that kids like turns around and does the same thing to their kid is so high.
Yeah.
It's so sad. It's like the cycle continues.
Child actors and stuff. Their parents are all like,
All pretty.
get that money.
Yeah.
This is depressing.
Well,
Yeah.
man, if I could
Dave.
have been a child actor, I would do it. Like,
You're like, Mom, Dad, exploit me.
yeah, exploit me.
I mean, would any of us not?
Yeah.
You would.
I
You
don't
could have been
know.
on the wire, Landon.
I love the Dave Chappelle bit about like Michael Jackson. Like I don't know if it's not really related, but I just made me think of it because Macaulay Culkin, Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Sorry.
Is that one of the 7 words?
Michael Jackson.
That's two of 7. I'm your host, Parker.
Man.
So yeah. Anything else?
I don't have anything.
I have nothing. Kind of.
I've got nothing either.
Now I'm gonna go eat dinner and probably watch an episode of The Wire with Bree.
Cool.
Cool.
Great.
Enjoy it.
Well, I guess I'll do one last reminder for anybody who is interested. Us group, the Hotkeys people, we will be in Vegas next week.
Our hotel room is.
Our numbers are, but we'll also be in Disneyland, California Adventure. What are the dates?
Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I
Yeah,
think.
so if
we're
you know
driving
where any
Saturday.
of the hosts live, they won't be there, so it'll be the perfect time to break into their house and steal any of
Yeah.
their stuff. So
Good thing you don't know where we live.
Good thing.
Landon's address.
Addresses.
No. My stuff. I think they break in and be like, "Oh man, it's just really sad. Like, we probably shouldn't take anything."
Somebody walks through the door. What a dump.
Yeah, man, it's trashy.
They leave things for you.
Yeah.
Lysol spray, a mop, a cake.
But yeah, if anyone want to like come out and see us in Disneyland, California Adventure,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think California Adventure on Sunday, and then Monday is
well, I'll be wearing dorky polos, so
yeah.
keep your eye out.
We'll have
I'm excited to wear it.
Yeah. I will be in
Thanks, Landon.
bright
You
hot
get
pink.
your
People
vote
give me-
back.
I will be
And
the
if
easiest
people-
to
if
store.
Nick-
Nick's
people give me
vote is
crap
taken away.
If
I
anybody
didn't
gives
think
me
I even
crap,
started with a vote.
if anybody gives me any crap anywhere, I'm gonna be like start screaming like, "You know
Public
who I
freak
am?"
out.
And I'm just gonna like start pointing to the pop-up like logo on my shirt. I'm like, "You know who I am." You ever smoked redwoods? Yeah, they sponsor me. They sponsor me.
You know how many races I've won?
12.
3.
I'm number one. I'm number one. So yeah, it's the 2nd and 3rd, or is it the 3rd and the 4th?
3rd and the 4th.
Of October. 3rd and the 4th
Third
of
and the
October.
fourth. 3rd California Adventure, 4th Disneyland Park.
So yeah,
And then we'll also be at the Raiders Chargers game that night.
I
with
mean,
a halftime show.
I would be down.
I would be down to go to the game.
I'd be down.
I would
It cost
fork
a
out.
butt ton of
I
money.
don't care. I'd go.
Well, I'll
But
find
it'd be
something
cool.
else to do.
You wouldn't go to an NFL game?
We'll be.
I've been to
How
an
would we
NFL
go? Wait, is it in LA?
How do we go?
Yeah, it's in LA.
It's at the Chargers.
Monday Night Football. Like,
Wait, Monday night?
how many other
Nah.
chances are you gonna get to watch Justin Herbert and Derek Carr duke it out on prime time, like in person? That's like two of the
Michael's
that's-
like so.
That's like two of the
exciting.
NFL's greatest quarterbacks of all time. Derek Carr.
Okay, end the show, Michael. End the show.
Yeah, I think
3-0 Raiders. Derek Carr
thanks for
leads the
listening,
league in passing
guys.
yards. He leads the league in passing yards.
We're hopefully see some of you in Disneyland, California Adventure,
Yeah.
Vegas.
Stop by, say hi.
All right, bye.
Don't try to kill us.
Forgot to
In
vote Derek
public.
Carr to the Pro Bowl.
Bye bye.
Derek Carr's rule.
So
Stop.
So what's one of the words?
Whoa!
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Hotkeys podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Castbox, YouTube, and other podcasting platforms. Visit our website, www.hotkeyspodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter at Hotkeys Podcast and join our Facebook group at facebook.com/HKHotkeys. Please like and review us and subscribe to the show on whichever platforms you use. Finally, you can contact us via email at hosts@hotkeyspodcast.com.